Greetings, Calvin. Good evening. Today's drink of choice is a nice combination of green and black teas, 1 bag of each. Grab a beverage to suit yourself, and let's be on with this. Although I do regret to announce this is the end. So today I will be playing this stunning example of an old school Washburn that has a few modifications to it. I mod everything I touch, I can't help it, with very few exceptions. Very quickly, you may have noticed I did not do the Exodus video yet. That's because I got off work much later than I expected to last night, and that was just that. And tonight I really don't have time to do that either, so I'm going to do this and just get it gone and done and out of the way. Make you happy, make me happy, make this tea happy that I can drink it. And so, without further ado, let's do a quick recap and see where we've been. Okay, adjust that a little bit there. Okay, here we go. So, as you must recall, followed by right? Or got it? Good. Then back to this. Now, I made a mistake before. I got, as you read, no doubt, in my notes, that I got a small bit mistaken here in the order of notes played. So I said, that's not right. My ears were bugging me about this the whole day, and the next day, pretty much, well, it was really an hour after I already uploaded the video, I'm like, I got that wrong! So that was this. So, not here, it's so much more classical than this. This is much more a blues player trying to play rock classical music type of thing. It's more Michael Schenker than it is Uli Roth. Uli Roth has a much more mellifluous Baroque approach. So that's, again, slower. 12, 10, 13, 12, then 15, then the rest of the thing is right. It's very quick. You can do it from here. And if you do it right, it sounds the same. I just hear him doing it from without this being picked. So very quick, but that's my ears, and I might be wrong. But if you want, this is easier to do it this way from 14 to 16. And I think that's where we left off. Off to the chromaticisms. So we're still playing right now in the key of E major. So it'd be helpful if you knew the notes of E major on each string individually. And so forth. Apparently I don't know it. And so on. So this just repeats the same as that. So, but it isn't completely necessary, but it is very helpful. Learning this might help you learn that. So the next part after the, with that harmonic in there, that is somehow eluding me a bit on this guitar. We are making the shape of a E major triad, which is 17th fret on the B string, or the E note, G sharp, and B. Now we're going to fill the notes in between that, adding color tones, or chromaticisms. So, okay, so that's 16, 17, 18, 19. So now it proceeds up the E major scale normally. So that's 19, 21, 23 high rumbles. Bend up to the 24. Still keeping your fingers here because you're going to do this. And that's bending to the 24 again. You will need a 24 fret guitar to do this. I hope you have one. If you don't, it's going to be much more difficult to recreate this. Sometimes, like with a singer who doesn't have the range necessary to pull off higher notes, they'll sing it in a lower octave. So instead of doing that, you might have to go, you know. And yeah, that's another note that I got wrong on the, I was doing this. That's, my ears are saying that's not it. So that's another thing I got wrong in the video, and I'll go over that in a second. So back to what we were saying, the E major start. This is the same as this. So that is still, we're still outlining an E major scale, or E major arpeggio or triad. Same as this. You could do this, but I think this is better for fingering. So that's from the same start as before, by the way. It's an E, 17th fret, B string. 21st fret, which would be an A flat or a G sharp in this case, to B. So on the 21st fret there, and that's the 19th fret there. And that would be just 2 frets higher. So 20, 21. To 23, 4, then you're going to bend up to an F sharp. So that's 24 to effectively 26. And as soon as you get it back down to here, you let go to, well, you pick another E flat. So, and that's hammer on pull off there from, well, I want to use notes so bad, I'll just say frets. From 21 to 23. So that's bending up to the 24th fret again. Now, when you release that bend, you're releasing it to an A note. You're not releasing it to the A sharp. Okay? That's kind of important here. So listen to how that goes. So you can do that with your second finger if you'd prefer. Yeah. Okay? So here's where a lot of chromaticisms come in. As if we haven't been dealing with them yet, right? So the very first thing I'm doing there, after the A, that's the just 3 notes between the 22nd and the 20th fret. So and you're just bending the out of that. So then you're going to go down to the A and do the same basic shape. So it'll be an A flat or G sharp, really, or sorry, C sharp. And then you're going to bend up a minor third bend. That's effectively that many frets from F. So he's not bending from here. It's not what my ears are saying. I'm sure of that one. But very quickly. So... See? That's the sound. So... Now I'm going to do another reverse bend. So, not reverse bend, like... I'm going to do a reversely bent note here. Because this one is 15, 16, and 18. Now, by the way, we have effectively switched keys from major to this is, shoot, what major is this one? It's A major? No.
A few moments later.
B major. B major, that's wrong.
2 hours later.
Okay, so we're in B major now. It's a nice modulation with all the chromaticisms. So and that's how I do it, but you can do it that way too. And that you're bending all the way up. It's another minor third bend to A, or to E. Now this one's a little tricky. I'm going to play it straight, but then I'm going to play it how it's played. That's E, E flat, E. Okay, so this is on the D string. That would be the 19th fret, 18, 17, 18. So, it's not played that way, but those are the notes. It's played this way. So you're bending up a half step, a semitone, from the 18th fret to the 19th fret. So let's recap that really quickly, just to make sure that we have it nice and in our memory. So, from where we started... Nope. Then there's a kind of a quick lick, which is in the same key, B major. So that's 18, 16, 15, 16. Shift up one fret and do the same shape. So this will be F sharp. So here, same shape with your fingers. That's half step, whole step shape. F sharp, E, E flat, E. So this last thing is tricky, but and on that note right there, we actually shift to F major. The guy is freaking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm sorry. I gush over Uli Roth all day. My, again, favorite guitarist of all time. So, he's just a master. So this whole thing here, and if you've ever heard Jason Becker's album, oh shoot, what was that? Oh, golly Ned. No, I can't think of it. It was the one with the desert cover painted by his father. Anyway, they had a song on that called, I think, The Beginning of the End or something to that effect. And it pretty much is, it's not note for note, it's not even close, but it's the same basic key change and key changes as Y. So I think that he was kind of making an homage to Uli, but I can't prove that. But at any rate, so... Now we're bending from F way up, another minor third, again, to G sharp. Sorry. From 18, as if you were going to 21. See that? I'm putting my finger down right there on the next fret up, which is fret 19. It is the F sharp note, because, again, like I said, we're changing keys. So, and actually, that's a chromaticism. That's a leading tone, natural 7 to G, but it's not the 7th of the thing anyway. But anyway, to G, to the G note here. And again, brilliant, because like I said, at that point, we're changed keys. So, here we go. So, yeah. So now the fast lick. Now, I think he just goes, or that's it. Because this is double tracked, and I'm going to teach you both of the harmony parts to the very, very end thing. But, so this is, and then comes across and, so this is effectively, which is C major, 10, 15, but this is not how it's played yet. Hold on. 10, 15, 14, 12, 13. And all this is just a repeating triad. So it's starting on the third note, so it's the second inversion here. It's shaped just like a C major chord. So you have a C, a B, and a G, just repeating. So we're starting on the G, though. And we go up a whole step. So we're including a fourth to almost make it more like a, what is that, a G major arpeggio. So it's like G mixing in with a C. So because the G is common here. So that's a natural kind of transition. If we were to go all G, right? Something like that. Oh, no, that's still C, but from the fourth. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the I do, but I got to think about it. It's been a long time since I studied. So the thing though is we got a fourth. We got that note. We got this note, which is a C. Starts out the C. So we're going to go for the second, which is the 12th fret on the D string. How dry I am, how dry I am, nobody knows. You know, how dry I am anymore. That's right. So once we get it to E, I'm sorry, yeah, that is E. That's where we start. We start making it sound kind of like a Lydian form, because it is, in this case, kind of Lydian-esque. That F sharp defines it as Lydian. We have a tritone built in here, and it wants a resolution. But it's also the same thing as The Simpsons, right? So it's almost like, No, that's it. Anyway, so this. So you've got. I'll show you how I pick this, by the way. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay? And from there. That's the speed, so metronome, metronome, metronome. Practice, practice, practice. So you have it, just the shapes are here. Fourth, whole step, next string. There's a fourth shape, major third, and this whole step, half step, up to the 17th fret or A note, and that is technically an A minor 7 arpeggio, and I got that one right. So then move that up, that whole shape up one, So there. But it's better to just go, if you're just playing the solo, from that, it's the same thing exactly, one whole step higher. So you're starting it from A. Everything is shifted 2 frets up. Now the big finish, which harmonizes in a way that makes you hear the sound that it's evoking, and you can play it in different ways, but he's playing a low wah down here, and I'll show you that, and he's playing 2 harmonized higher parts up here, and I'll show you that, and I'll show you that one first. So the first bit is bending to D. Like I said, we're in F major now. Well, actually. Second part. It's the big, D major sounding finish there, because it's from to here. It's a lovely kind of thing, but the way it resolves is marvelous. The low sound. No. I also kind of hear this, but there's a lot of notes going on. Play it either way if you wanted to play that part if you chose to. So the first bit after the is bending from the 20th fret to the 22nd fret, or oh shoot, what note is that? A C to a D. And that will be A sharp or B flat here, really. Bending up to that. Let go. You need these anchor points. I'm hoping you're bending with more than one finger, because that's not going to help you here. Shift back quickly. And that's where I come in and say, thank you, Uli Roth, you awesome, awesome man. And I mean it. So that, again... And that's that. The higher part, once again, is that... yeah. That's it. So, slower and more explanation. You're bending, this is just a third harmony, so from here to here, you're bending from 1 major third higher, which would be the 22nd fret to the 24th. From the 20th fret to the 22nd. And that's basically, so, an F. 22, 24, 25 equivalent. Or you do it that way too, because that sounds good. And stay on D, because that, you'll have the, and it'll just sound beautiful together. Once again, this one, pretty sure. Okay, so as Ben Eller would say, let's do the whole thing at stepdad speed. Expect mistakes from me, because I'm by no means perfect at this. So, on your marks, get set. Here we go. After a cup of tea. Hold on. as loud as I can be with that one. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Oh, dang it. See, I told you so. Well. Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you learned something. I hope that I wasn't too scatterbrained for you as far as tutorials are concerned. And I certainly hope that you can take this and play it a whole lot better than I can in short order. It does require a lot of practice, and please don't get disheartened. I mean, I've been playing for almost 4 years now. And I'm having trouble with it. So, I mean, and I can play a lot of crap, but again, Uli came from a different school than I came from. And a lot of his playing was a little, and still is, a little outside of my wheelhouse. And although I studied his technique a lot when I did this originally, back in September of last year, it was a hard study. And I mentioned this before, but you can see it in my notes that this is the hardest thing I ever learned. Most of the time, the things that I approach are significantly more scalar in nature. If you look at the Angra video that I just posted, I think it was last week, you'll note that most of that stuff doesn't have a lot of bending in it, but is just note, 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 just playing really, really quickly. And none of it really bend, if there are bends, which there are, none of them bend from unorthodox places. You're not bending minor thirds, and you're not bending from half steps. There's not a lot of chromaticisms in it. And there's certainly not a lot of key changes proceeding through it. So this is, I think, probably weirdly enough where Marty got a lot of his ideas for Lucretia, for instance. Marty Friedman and Megadeth, rest in peace. But I guess that's really neither here nor there. Uli left an amazing legacy. He's still around. I mean, thank God. But he did, for his complete body of work, left an amazing legacy of a lot of guitarists that aspire to attain his level of majesty on the instrument in one form or another. He's influenced just as many people, I think, as Ace Frehley. Not to just play the guitar, because Ace, it's like, oh, yeah, Ace plays guitar, I gotta play guitar. But no, I think he's influenced a lot of the people that we are influenced by. And a lot of times, unfortunately, he's really kind of not talked about. In a weird way, I think he's probably one of the most underrated guitarists of all time, just because the dude, you never really hear the guy get much credit, but you can hear how, you know, he's influenced an entire generation of guitarists, and that those guitarists in turn have influenced another generation and so forth. I think the only guy that really doesn't ever credit Uli with anything is Petrucci, but you know what? You really can't hear him in there, can you? So, you know, deep within the bowels of John Petrucci, I don't think there's an Uli bug anywhere, but he was really influenced by other people. But if it wasn't for Uli, we wouldn't have Yngwie. Actually, a great large component of Yngwie. And if we didn't have Yngwie, we wouldn't have Yngwie impersonators like Joe Stump and Chris Impellitteri, who arguably is different than Yngwie. Joe Stump is not, but Yngwie is. Or, excuse me, Chris Impellitteri is. Hey, if you haven't heard of that, Impellitari, I believe it is. Look up the album Stand in Line. You'll hear a freak of nature playing basically a new incarnation of Alcatraz. And it was supposed to, in fact, be the new Alcatraz. It's got Graham Bonnet singing and everything. That's where, you know, Yngwie cut his teeth. Yngwie was in Steeler, and then he went to Alcatraz, and right after that, he went solo. Because he wasn't getting enough attention, I think. Because some of the stuff that he was doing on, you know, like not Far Beyond the Sun, but, well, basically off the album that came off of, he was doing that already in Alcatraz. So some of that stuff was already written pretty much, I think, by the time he hit the shores of the United States, importing himself from Sweden. So at any rate, like I said, I hope you learned stuff from this. Please let me know if you want if you need any kind of technique boosting videos. Like I said, I've got a bunch recorded, and I'd be happy to share them with you. It would be, you know, it's no cost to you. It's completely free. I'm just trying to help a fellow guitar traveler out. It's all good, man. But you know, take what you've learned. You know, use it for good and pass it on to the next generation. Be well, man. Take care. Good luck.